911 transcripts. The Peekaboo killer. Found by the Green Gent 22. Initial 911 call came in at 10:57 p.m. on the 11th of December 2020. 911, what's the nature of your emergency? I don't know. I don't know if it's an emergency, but could you please send someone? Do you need the police, or is this a medical emergency? Could you send an officer out? I don't know. It might just be some kids messing around or something, but... Hello? I'd feel better if you sent someone out to check. What's your address? It's 1056 Seymour Avenue. And what's your name? It's Erin Feller. Okay, Erin. I have officers on the way. What's going on? Well, I was calling my dog in from the backyard and she was growling at something out there. I couldn't see what, though. I finally got her to come inside, and the second I closed the door and locked it, someone smacked into the glass window. Not hard enough to break it, but it was hard enough to rattle the door. What time was this? About 5 minutes ago. Were you able to see anyone? No! There's blinds on my back door and they were down, but I heard the doorknob jiggling a few times before I called you. Max, quiet! Shh! I yelled that I was calling the police and the noises stopped, but like I said, it could be some kids, but I don't know. Okay. And have you heard any other noises since then? No, just the door, but my dog's still growling. Okay, I have an officer en route to you, Aaron. Are the doors and windows locked? Yes, they're locked. Alright. An officer should be with you shortly. Stay inside, keep the doors locked until they arrive, okay? Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Officer Collier was dispatched to the location. He saw no signs of any persons around the property. He did note that the dog was still anxious and growling at the back door. He advised Miss Feller to keep her doors locked and call if she should see or hear anything else. 911 call came in at 1:27 a.m., 12th of December 2020. 911, what's your emergency? It's me again. Can you send an officer back out, please? Caller is in obvious distress and breathing rapidly. Is this for 1066 Seymour Avenue? Yes, someone was just looking in through my front window. Can you just send someone? I have an officer en route to you. You said you saw someone looking through your windows? Yes, I was in bed, but Ginger, my dog, ran out to the front door growling. I pulled up the blinds, but I didn't see anything at first. Then I saw his face pop up, but just the top of his head and eyes, like they were playing Peekaboo or something. I screamed and Ginger started barking and going nuts, and the person popped down out of view again. How long ago was this? A few minutes ago. They popped up again just before I called you, but they went back down under the window. I'm in my bedroom now. Did you recognize the person, ma'am? No, I only saw their eyes and the top of their head, but they looked, I don't know, like a mime or something. A mime? Yes, with like white makeup on their face and head, like really disturbing. Okay, I want you to stay on the phone with me until the officer arrives. Just stay in your room until you hear them. Okay. Does your bedroom have a door lock? Yes, it's locked. Dispatch stayed on the line with Mrs. Feller until officers arrived. Officers arrived and announced themselves 11 minutes later, and the call was terminated. Officers Copeland and Laurie arrived on scene to find Erin Feller in great distress. Miss Feller claimed to have seen a mime at her door. Officers noted that Miss Feller did not seem under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Miss Feller seemed anxious, but lucid. Miss Feller pointed out to the officers where she'd seen the suspect peering through her window. The glass had no visible marks on it other than a smear of white paint. Officers were able to see two impressions in the dirt just underneath the windowsill outside the laundry room. Officers stated the impressions looked as if someone had been standing barefoot on the tips of their toes. Officers checked the area and the field surrounding the home and found a trail of footprints leading away from the home to the woods behind Miss Feller's home. When followed, the footprints seemed to be erratic and moving around in a zigzag pattern. The prints stopped abruptly at a large tree, but there were no signs of any person in the tree. The footprints looked to be made by someone who was barefoot and walking solely on their toes. Officers checked the woods but found nothing of note. Officers spoke with the closest neighbours, a half-mile down the road. The neighbours stated they hadn't seen or heard anything out of the ordinary. Officers reminded Miss Feller to keep doors locked and advised her to call back if the person or persons returned. 911 call came in at 3:41 on the 12th of December 2020. 911, what's your... I need the police now! Is this for 1066 Seymour? Yes! I just saw that person looking in my bedroom window. I was asleep, I heard him tapping on my window, and when I looked up, the face was pressed up against the glass. How long before the police get here? I have officers en route to you now, Miss Feller. Can you lock yourself in your bedroom? No, it was still tapping on the glass when I left. He keeps smiling at me. I'm upstairs in my office. It has a lock. Max, come here, leave it. Okay, Erin. He was smiling at me and like mouthing words or something, but I don't know what. They didn't have eyelids. Okay, Erin, just stay calm. Officers are not far from you. I don't understand why. Are you there? I heard something. I think they're in the house. You can stay quiet if you need to. I'm still on the line. It sounds like... Wait. Oh my God! Ah! Ginger, come here. Erin, are you alright? Can you tell me what's happening? Erin? Hello? I'm here. I'm in the downstairs bathroom. Where are the police? They're 4 minutes out, Erin. They're doing their best to get you as fast as they can. Just try and remain calm. You're doing great. He got inside the fucking vent. Oh God. Erin, did you say the person was inside your vents? Can you clarify what you mean? Like the fucking vents the heat comes out of. I heard something moving in there. I bent down to flip open the vent. Saw that white face staring out. How big are your air vents, Erin? A standard size, I don't know, 6 inches or so. Not big enough for a fucking person to crawl through. But they did. They did. Okay, take deep breaths. Officers are less than 2 minutes out. Oh my God, why is it taking so long? Just keep the door locked and I think I hear him moving around in the fence. He's tapping on it. It's okay. Remain quiet. I'm here. Do you have anything you can use as a weapon? I have a towel bar. Oh my God, it's poking its fingers through. Officers McQuarrie and Pape arrived on scene approximately 56 seconds later. The front door was open prior to their arrival and there were obvious signs of a struggle throughout the home. Officers called out to Miss Feller but did not get a response. Officer Pape found the dog in the downstairs laundry room staring into the air vent and whimpering. The dog had obvious cuts and scrapes around its snout and paw from attempting to enter the air vent. Traces of white makeup were found on most of the windows in the home, on the inside of the glass. After a thorough investigation, officers collected blood and hair samples inside 4 of the vents throughout the home, along with fingernails that were embedded in one of the grates. More traces of white paint were found inside all of the vents in the home. Hair samples matched the hair length and colour of Miss Feller. It is noted that all of the vents in the home were measured at 6 by 10 inches. Much too small for a person to move through or even fit inside. To date, Miss Feller is still missing, and there's a reward for any information leading to her whereabouts.